Hi guys, John here. Today we are doing a fun little challenge video. I tried to do this earlier in my YouTube career and messed it up and have been too upset about it to try it since. And so we're finally going to try this again and actually got everything recorded this time. But I'm going to be making the same painting or drawing in 3 different styles. So our first style here is just pen and ink. It is October. I'm doing a lot of these kinds of drawings this month for Inktober, and I figured I would add another one to my list. And so here you can see what we're starting with. So our reference photo is this here, which I'll put up on the screen. So this reference photo was taken by Hillary. We were driving home from her work one day, and we saw this tree glowing with its orange and red flowers in the street light and thought it was the coolest thing ever. And so I figured this would be a fun thing to make. So when you're making something with pen and ink, which is what I'm doing here, obviously, you can't really play too much with lightening and darkening and lightening and darkening. You can pretty much only go darker. And so I think it's important to differentiate objects less by value and more so by texture in some cases. So these trees in the background and the palm tree, you notice they're very different texture than the tree in the front. And the leaves in the front are going to be a similar texture, but they're going to be much lighter. So I have to use value and texture here to avoid everything looking all exactly the same. So as you saw earlier, the reference photo was taken kind of at night-ish, and so the sky's a little dark. But I don't want to make this too dark of a drawing because being as I'm using only black and white for it, it's going to be harder to keep it from being muddy if the sky's too dark. So I'm going to leave the sky this kind of light tone. There's a bit of a house in the background here. I don't want to draw in a full house, but I put in the roof line just to indicate that there is a house back there. Especially for something like this, it's important to pick where your details go. And that house is not important, so I'm not going to put details there. Here I go adding some leaf texture up on top. So I also have a white pen that I can do a little bit of detailing with. So you saw me come through with that a second ago, and I might do some more to it. But I can use this white to pull back some of my highlights without going too crazy over it. And I'm also going to use it here to make a glare in these streetlights, to make them look really illuminated. I think that looks really cool. And then here I'm going to sign it and we'll jump on to the next one. So the next one that I've got is going to be a style that you're more accustomed to, my mixed media style. So let's get right into that. So here you can see I've drawn in some some pencil to get my base down, and I'm going to go in with some main colors here. I didn't really like this paper. I don't know what paper I was using for this, but it didn't take the watercolors very well. But in the end, it all worked out for me. But just this initial phase of putting watercolors down, the paper just didn't like them very much. So I don't think I'll use this paper again. So now I'm focusing on tone and color here with my mixed media, but I still have to work from light to dark. I can't really lighten anything here. And so I've got to be very careful around my light sections, and I have to be very heavy-handed in my dark sections. Take a minute here just to remind you guys that I am doing this. Obviously, I enjoy making these videos, but I would appreciate any help I can get in terms of subscriptions and things like that. So if you like these videos, you want to see me make more, please help me out. Subscribe, share with your friends, leave some comments. I love all the interactions that I can get with you guys. I've been having people show up for my live streams. That's really nice. I really appreciate all the love I'm getting. But if you are watching and you're not subscribed, maybe do so. Adding my palm fronds in here. This is a technique that I use in a lot of my painting classes for making these palm fronds. I kind of pick the shape of the frond and then I add the leaves afterwards, just in some flicking motions. So here I go with the leaves. I made kind of a dark green to start with, and then I have a very bright green for close to the light. And we'll just get closer to black as I get further away from this light. Once again, it also has some yellow orangey flowers on it, and so I have a dark brown for the shadow sections and then a bright orange for the highlight sections. So at this stage, I'm going to let it dry, and then I will come back with some colored pencils. Here we go with the colored pencils. Most of my tones and colors are down already, and these colored pencils are more so just to exaggerate my contrast and put some small details into things that are not very highly detailed yet, like these fronds. I'll add some more detail into the leaves. Things like that are going to really help to make this pop. Things that would take a long time if I was just using my brush, I can kind of shortcut to with my colored pencils. Now I can come in with my pen, like I do for most of my other drawings. I can add outlines to the things that I think need them. I can add some more texture and some of my darkest darks here with this black pen. I think this section under the tree is too light. I'm going to come through and darken it here with the pen. And then I'm going to indicate that roof just like I did on the other one, but very, very loosely because I don't want it to stand out too much. Now I have my white pen. I can go in and really highlight the brightest sections. Darkening the sky. Nothing crazy, you know, I'm just kind of sneaking up on my darks and my lights. And so I liked how the pen worked for those glares in the first one. And so I'm going to add them again here in this guy. Just chasing tones, getting a little darker, a little lighter, playing with colors, nothing crazy. And we'll go ahead and sign it. So that's what I'm doing here. I signed in about the same place for everything because this is a good dark spot to sign with a white pen. I'm also going to pull tape. I'll put it in speed mode again to pull tape because it's a little slow. And then we'll jump into the next one. Okay, now for my third style, I'm going to be using acrylic paint, which is another one of the most common methods that I use to make art. For this guy, I don't have to worry about the order that I'm putting colors down. I can really tweak things after they're already down because it makes for really wonderful layers. So I'm going to come through here and add main tones here, and kind of very loose detail, and I'll get a little bit more focused and more tight as I go. I'll scale down in brushes and get more and more exact and focused as we go. You see, there's not a lot of color going on right now. That's intentional because I want the most colorful section to be the part that everybody focuses on, and that's going to be around the light. So here I go. The only main thing here is I got to work from back to front because of the, just the way the layers work here. So I added this house in and the trees in the background, and then I'll put the foreground up in front of it. You see, as I get closer to this light, I'm getting more vibrant. There's some nice bright greens on that hedge and the grass underneath it. It's funny watching this because I haven't even indicated that there's a tree there yet, but we all know that it's coming because we've seen me make this painting 2 other times already. And here we go with the tree. So I just made a nice dark brown. I can add highlights later. Right now I'm just concerned with getting the shape down. And now I'm going to add some leaf details. I'm starting with a very dark green, and then I'm getting a little lighter green and closer to yellow as I get closer to where this light's going to go. And you see I haven't put this light in yet. It's going to be my brightest white, so I want to save that for a little later. Here we go, adding some of my really bright orange flowers. We're going to get a little darker, closer to red as we get further away. I'm re-adding some of my limbs of my tree here. I think I lost them when I put the leaves in, and then I can add a couple leaves over top of them. I'm just looking for more definition here. Here I go adding my brightest whites. My brush was a little too wet when I did it first. Here I go adding my glares again. I think the glare really sells these paintings. I think they're really cool. I went a little overkill with that on this guy, so I'm going to come back with the tree in a little bit. But I also wanted to adjust this sky just a little. I don't think it was thick enough paint, so I'm going to thicken it up a little and add a little more blue, a little more white. This is also good for me because I can outline where things are going to go. Working with negative space is one of the really big pluses to making these kind of paintings with acrylic paint. I can put my darks in and then add light to them and really play with the edges. I'm getting a little more vibrant in front of this light here, some more bright yellowy orange, and then some more dark red back there, just to push those contrasty bits. Brighten up the grass underneath the lights and brighten up the side of this hedge. I thought about adding some birds here. I didn't like the way they looked, so I'm going to paint back over them. Accidentally put a little black on the canvas there too, but I'm going to work the colors into something that I think looks consistent. Add a little more blue, a little more white. There we go. Blend it back together. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. Hit the bell so you're notified whenever I post. Leave a comment. Let me know which one you think looks the best, which one you like the most. I'm partial to this one. I think it came out really nice, but maybe you like something else for a different reason. If you've got ideas for future videos, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys want to see. Share this with your friends if you want them to see it too. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one.